How do you get out of a running session like that, Jarryn?
A few years of experience. Myself and Sammy Gilbert, we've done a majority of the work since we've been back, and Matty Hornsby gave us a bit of a chop out today. So we've still got another session tomorrow that we've got to get through before our weekends, and I'll be joining in that. So got a little bit of a chance to have a spell and watch the other boys slug it out.
Days like this in the hot weather make you wish for that Christmas break to come sooner?
Oh no, I've really enjoyed the pre-Christmas training period. Us as leaders got away for the first week of training, so I've only really been back for 3 weeks. It's gone really quick, and we've only got another sort of half a week left, so it's gone really quick, this pre-season period.
How did you get out of that, Jarryn? Did you set some really clear goals about what you want to achieve as a group next year?
Look, we had a lot of conversations about how we led last year, and a few conversations about what we wanted to take from that coming into this year. We only really got sort of halfway through those conversations and realised we probably needed to bring the whole group along into those conversations, and there's only about 5 or 6 of us that went on that. I think it was actually, sorry, there's about 7 of us that went on that camp, and majority of the group was back here. So we got to a point where we reflected on how we went last year, but going forward we really needed to have the rest of the group as part of those conversations. So apart from that, we did a lot of things up there that tourists wouldn't get to do, because we had access to a lot of different things, because Ben Long's from up there, and he took us up there along with his family and did a lot of different activities that I'm sure the boys have got a lot out of sort of culturally. But from the leadership point of view, we stopped the conversation at a point because we had to come back and try and include the rest of the group.
Would you be disappointed next year if you didn't play finals? Is that the goal this year? The way you finished off this year, is that the be-all and end-all, is to play finals football?
To be honest, I haven't really got to that point where I've sort of thought about that part of the year. We've had 2 guys leave the club in Nick and Joey, and at the moment we're looking at trying to improve out here, and hopefully have some guys from beneath those guys that come up and take where they left off. So haven't really had a chance to reflect on or think about what the next year looks like yet. I'm sure that'll come in the new year, but we've just been trying to find our feet and get out and improve so far.
Is it too early to see signs of the real hunger in the group heading into next year? Oh no, certainly not. The reason why the conversations in Darwin were so hard to go forward with is because we'd had feedback that the group back here had been really driven in the way they'd started training. They really wanted to grab the group, grab the footy club, and start driving it towards the next part of their journey, which they're going to all be a part of, and that was what was so pleasing. The feedback that we got when we got there is that they're really driven and they're really getting ready to launch into next year. Otherwise we would have made decisions up there, come back and told them what to do, but the feedback we got is that they'd already started those conversations, and to be honest, we'd probably missed out on a few of those conversations. Now that they've been back in the group, it's been very impressive with the way some of them are really going about their pre-season.
What's it going to mean for you as a leader not having Nick and Lee around, who were obviously such strong voices even while you were captain?
Look, to be honest, towards the end of last year, there was a lot of guys in the leadership group who took the next step, not only in their leadership but their footy line. Dylan Robert and Seb Ross, who were additions to the leadership group, became all Australian contenders, which, to come from not being in a leadership group, going into the leadership group, and then taking their footy to the next level was really impressive. So I've had some help from guys already last year, and I'm sure they'll take their leadership to another level, and there'll be other guys that'll jump on board and carry a bit of the load as well. So I'm pretty confident we've got some really good, strong leaders in the club still, even though Nick and Joey have left and Sean Dempster have left, but we've got some guys that have got really good leadership qualities.
And will you have to go through a process to get confirmed in the top job again for next year? Yeah,
I'm sure there'll be some kind of process that we'll go through. I'm not sure what that looks like. I'm sure it'll happen in the new year. I'm pretty keen to do it again if I get endorsed by the players again. So I wouldn't do it unless they did. So we'll wait and see what happens in January.
A lot of critics look at the Saints list and they go, there's not that many genuine A pluses out there, but it's a very even side. Do you think that's a positive or a negative?
Oh, look, there's opinions from outside about your players all the time. You can look at it either way, but I'm pretty confident we've got some players that are going to be pretty special players in the future. We've got a young list that's started to get 50 to 100 games in a lot of players, and their next progression as footballers they'll only be going up. So I'm confident over the next few years we'll have some a number of blokes that people will be talking about in that category. But at the moment I'm pretty happy with the list we've got going forward, and I think we complement each other really well. We've obviously got some improving to do, but I think time will tell that in time we'll have some guys that people will be talking about in that category.
And Paddy McCartan, what's the latest on his injury?
Oh, Paddy's he's got a bit of a hiccup. Obviously, he was travelling and training really well. And the beauty about Paddy is that before he got injured, he had a really good training block, and at the end of last year, he was able to get some really good training into him. So he's in really good condition. He's really positive, and he's still doing a lot of stuff out off the track, and when he comes back in, he'll still be in good condition. But he's in really good headspace at the moment, and I've done a little bit of work with him. He's been doing some weights with me, which is probably a bad thing because I'm pretty small, but he's been showing me the ropes in the gym. But no, he's going well, Paddy.
You feel for him because he just seemed to be getting some momentum, and then he has a setback.
Oh yeah, that's just the life of a professional athlete. You roll with the punches, and like I said, the good thing and the confidence that Paddy can get out of it is that he was in really good shape before he had his little hiccup, and he's been able to have a really good training block before that. And at the end of last year, he had a really good training block as well. So he can be confident that when he does come back into the group, he's going to be in really top shape and hasn't missed much considering what he could have missed if it had been at a different period of time.
Jarryn, some reports yesterday that some Melbourne players weren't happy with the pre-season schedule they've had and went to the AFLPA. Have you ever been in a position during a pre-season where you felt you were almost being pushed too far?
Matty Horns is not around. No. I mean, they're challenging pre-seasons. They are. You want to be playing footy. That's what you're out here how to do. But this is part of it. You've got to prepare. You've got to, I suppose, get your armour ready to go into the season and play 22 games of footy, and then hopefully be good enough to play another 3 or 4 at the end of the year. So they're tough pre-seasons, but I haven't been in a position where I've gone to anyone and kick up a stink. But things are changing, I guess, and I'm not sure what Melbourne's program looks like, but ours is pretty challenging. But I'm pretty sure the guys in the high performance area know what they're doing, so I'll back them in.
Well done.
Thanks for doing it.